Selena. It's a vibe, baby. Oak Cliff girl. Can't make you change my world. Damn, you're so fine, girl. Oak Cliff girl. Put them wheels on and roll. Welcome to Selena's Couch, where you are welcome to be free to be yourself. So you can lay your head on my couch, on my pillows. It's all good, we can do whatever we want to do now. I'm in my bag right now, and I got a feeling, babe, yeah. You're gonna be my number one lover. Spend the night making love to each other, with the lights on top of the covers. Just me and you, babe. And I feel like you're my love you to Reese's Pieces.
Get you a word. Nana nana boo boo.
Well, hello. Let me cam up. How is my lovely guest? Well, my handsome guest. I can't call you lovely, but my handsome guest, Sharon Bracey.
Good day.
Correctly.
You pronounced it perfectly. I appreciate you. How you doing? Looking awesome.
You as well.
Thank you.
Look. Hello to everybody in the chat and those who will come in. Hello. You know, I can't stop when I'm interviewing. So I want to say hello to everybody. Hey, Randy CX 305 and all of the ones that will come in a little later. Hello to you. Hey, Deborah, how are you? So I want to just say hello to my guests. I met this wonderful content creator through actually Duke Farrow. And Duke Farrow is in the Mode 3 sector. And he was promoting Sharon's channel. And at that time, Sharon only had like 400 subscribers when I subbed up to him. And just to see the progress, and it seemed like it happened overnight. I mean, you have so many people on your panel. It's almost like the Anton Daniels show, where they have all these different people with these different personalities and different viewpoints. And I'm like, he's really doing it. And it's just amazing where you came from and where you are at this point now. And I could just see you going even further in your career. I just hope that you don't forget about little old Selena, when you make it up there to that million subscribers, so hopefully you will not forget about me. But I really want to introduce you to him because like I said, he has a lot of great topics. You guys need to check him out. He's awesome. So if I have a mod, CX or Randy C, if you could please be so kind and please put his link in the chat. And guys, please sub up, show him some love because like I said, he got a good thing going over there. So Sharon. I'm just glad I can say your name. But because at one point I was like, Sharon. I'm like, no, I know this handsome brother ain't named Sharon.
Right. So I'm a daddy for that.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you just a little bit, first of all, how your upbringing was, where you come from. Can you give me a little bit of that?
So I was born in Brownsville, New York, around when the crack era was really huge. I was pretty much a single kid for like the first 6-7 years. Then I had to be big brother to a bunch of girls and a couple of little brothers. And I grew up with my cousins, and we was going to auntie house, to my house. And, we was just having a good time running around in Brooklyn. And then around like 13, I got into too much trouble. It's kind of like the Fresh Prince. And then I moved to Southside Queens, which was no better. We kind of find out we thought Queens would be better because it sounded better. But no, it was just as rough. And same thing happened because of my personality, pretty much.
Okay. So you are a New Yorker. Okay. I didn't know that. Now let me ask you, since you came onto YouTube, first of all, what made you decide I'm going to start a YouTube channel? And then how did you go about it after you decided I'm going to go and do a YouTube channel? What was like the motivation for you starting your YouTube channel?
So what happened was I was hopping on panels and having conversations, and I was realizing that my point of view was not a common point of view, because I thought, since I thought it, that more people would be having the same mentality as me, but it was not. And a lot of people, it seems like they get dealt a 7 deuce hand, and then they are afraid to play it to its fullest potential, because you could still get a full house with a 7 deuce hand. Yes, I started way behind being from a impoverished neighborhood. My mother wasn't married to, all these different factors that happened, a part of the crack era, being in the projects. And so I knew that a lot of people, when they have that kind of lifestyle behind them, they do not open up and push forward. They get kind of like in a depressed state or a impoverished mind. And so I just wanted to be a voice of reason that you can get up out of there.
And so since you got out of there, you seem so refined. This seems like, I know it had to be a process from the projects and seeming so refined now. I wouldn't even imagine you coming from the projects. To me, when I hear you talk and how you articulate yourself, to me, it was like you were from a upper middle class mom and dad, went to an Ivy League college. That's the kind of, I guess I'm judging you, but that's kind of how you come across. But that's just pretty interesting to hear. Your upbringing.
Well, I guess I would say thank you, and I appreciate that. But I started to read a lot. When I really wanted to make some money, it changed my mind. I realized that I could read a book and I could get somebody's 50 years knowledge in 2 weeks. And so I don't have to be 50 years old to get 50-year-old knowledge. And then so once I got introduced to learning, and learning became fun for me, I left the nonsense alone and I started leaning towards more of being intelligent and working my way to intelligence, because it's hard work to be in the know of things.
Right.
I don't like to be the dumbest person in the room. I like to be somewhere in the middle, not the dumbest. But
so you have a love for knowledge. Did you have any mentors that kind of impact you to make you want to be better?
Yeah, being broke. That was my biggest mentor.
That's a good one.
I just like being broke, so that was one of my main motivators. I just couldn't understand how some people just had so much money, and so that it really motivated me, because it made me angry. To be honest, I was upset that somebody else had a Benz and I didn't, or could afford it. And so that made me want to go and get it. I never was the type of person I wanted to take it from somebody else. I wanted to earn it. I was always in competition of whoever was great around me. So when I see somebody doing great things, I feel a way and I want to beat them.
Wow. So you're very competitive.
Yes.
Very competitive. So you have this competitive spirit. You have the love of knowledge. I want to know, what made you say, I'm going to do this YouTube channel?
Man, when I started seeing people making money off of it, I was like, what you mean you can make money off of talking? I think I could talk. I think I could do this goddamn talking thing. And then when I started it, I realized talking to a microphone when nobody's talking to you is a very difficult thing. And that was another skill I had to learn. So, of course, like I said earlier, I enjoyed knowledge. I enjoyed learning. So once I got into it and it was very uncomfortable for me, it made me want to do it more. And I wanted to get better at it. I wanted to get better at communicating. And also doing this user thing, it helped me communicate better within my own business as well. It helped me communicate with all the workers that I have. So it really helped me with understanding people from different backgrounds. It helped me.
Okay. So your live streams are always lit. I mean, you have some really big personalities that come on your panel. What do you think you did to draw these people to your platform?
I think the main reason is I provoke emotions when I have my conversations. I don't just talk on my experiences, but I also make people feel a certain way. They either really like me or they really disagree with me. and they want
Right.
to punch me in my face. They want to beat me up. They can't wait
Right,
to meet up with me. I get threatened all the time. Just recently, they had a boxing match in Philly. Like about 3 people say, "Come to Philly. We're gonna do this and do that." And I'm like, "Yeah, you want to pay me to do that."
Yeah. So you basically you provoke some type of emotion, good or bad or indifferent. You just provoke it, and
This ain't
people are
personal.
drawn. I like a lot of your topics that you talk about. You really talk about a lot of controversy things that would make people be like, going at each other. You know what I'm saying? Tell us about some of the topics that you talk about on your live.
For me, most of the topics is things that I actually been through, or somebody that been around, like an auntie or a really good friend of mine's, something of that nature. So I have actually real life experience in it. So it's easy for me to speak on the topic. It's not just me just windmilling and just trying to get people mad. This is just really what I've been through, or somebody that's very close to me been through. And I think a lot of times the reason why they do get upset is because I have a solution to get out of it. And sometimes having a solution to get out of things is not as black and white to other people. They like, no, but what about this variable? I'm like, I don't give a fuck about that variable.
Right.
Sorry for cursing. If this is the solution, let's get to it. That's it. It doesn't matter how hard it is. I don't care if you don't sleep for 10 weeks. It is what it is.
So is that a New Yorker thing? Because y'all seem to be very upfront, aggressive. I'm just wanting to know, like, what you have a lot of boldness about you.
Well, with a name like Sharon, so my whole life I always had to correct people about my name.
Yes.
So, everybody, and then sometimes when people get aggravated, they're gonna naturally just use my name to go against me. So since I was pretty much birth, I was already fighting because of my name alone. And so I always had to be somebody that had to stand up for themselves. So since a little kid, that it would just keep building into me, and then it just never left.
So where did you come from? Did you come from the Mo3 sector?
No. When me and Pharaoh met, we was bumping heads. I was like, no, motherfucker. We was going at it but what we realized that me and him are the same type of a personality type. We ain't gonna back down. We believe what we saying, and we're gonna stand on it. And then that's how we wound up actually having a liking to each other, because we have that same vigor towards the subject matter that we are having a conversation of. And both of us, and he is very highly intelligent, and I enjoy intelligence. So
right. Well, you're not a Gemini. Please don't tell me you're a crazy Gemini, right? Because he loves saying he's a Gemini. I'm like, Duke is a mess, but
yeah, I was born on June 5th, so technically.
Oh my God. You are. Oh God, let me get away. No, I'm just kidding. I like you, Sharon. But some of y'all Geminis are nuts. But yeah, I enjoy Duke. I met Duke a couple of years ago, and we still kind of remain cool. I support him on his channel, and he supports me, and so just a real cool brother. Plus, we've kind of from the same place. He's from South Dallas. I'm from Oak Cliff. So we have that kind of connection, being from Dallas, Texas. So I was just really glad that he shared your channel, because like I said, when I want to hear something totally different, because, the sector that I associate with sometimes, it's just like a whole bunch of, foolishness. And it's just good to go and hear something totally different. It's kind of like I'm trying to break my algorithm, kind of thing. So let me ask you this question. Do you have a special, I would say, I'm not going to say magic, but a special combination of what kind of things you bring to your show? Like, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, if I'm articulating it correctly, but like, is there things that you like? I know you want to provoke thought, you want to provoke emotion out of a person.
Yes.
You have some comedy in there. So that's kind of what I'm talking about.
So my main thing is when I think about a topic, I want to have a topic in my mind where I could be able to carry the topic for at least 2 hours by myself, just in case nobody wants to come up.
Right.
So I kind of prepare my mind to to be able to focus and maintain a conversation by myself for 2 hours. And then if people do come up, how can I maintain them and keep them on course through the topic? Because that's one of the most difficult part, is because people most of the time they want to come up and talk about what they want to talk about instead of the topic. So that's my main thing, is that I want to be able to get to my point and run it up for at least 2 hours if need be. So that's really my main point. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, you really have topics that people are interested in. I really need to steal some of your stuff, your content, because
Absolutely.
you provoke things in people and they just have to come up there. I've been on your chat, your panel a couple of times. And I enjoyed it, actually, hearing all these different people with these different viewpoints. Some people agreed, some people didn't, but everybody pretty much remained respectful. So that's one thing that I like about. Now I know sometimes it get a little crazy.
It do get crazy sometimes, yes.
Yeah, but for the most part, you have some really good topics, and guys, I really want you guys to check him out.
And also the main thing is that I just want to push like people forward to think differently too, because what else I realize is that a lot of people, they just regurgitate things that they heard, and they're not really actually self-thinking, and they're not independent thinking. And that's another thing I really want to push forward, is people to independently challenge the things that came to your mind. Why did I think this? Where did it come from? Was it my mother, father? Did I hear it down the street? Was it my pastor? Where did it come from? So you can actually challenge your thoughts, so you can evolve from yourself, because you should not be the same person you was 10 years ago.
Right. What content creator you actually look up to or you admire?
Oh shit, that is an interesting question, because I really do my best not to watch other content creators, because when you start watching them, you kind of adopt some of their ideology and some of their talking points and the way they vernacular. So I do my best to actually stay away from the bigger content creators, because I do not want to imitate nobody. I want to continue to keep building and growing. So for the most part, I really build off the conversations I have with like people like you. When you come up and you have a conversation with me, I really have you. When you come up and you tell me something, I really have that thought process in my head, and how can I mine it out as a new conversation? So it's really the people that's involved with me is what I think of when I'm building up to do content creation. So it's really the people is inspiring me.
Okay, so not another content creator. Okay. So you really, and that's really a good thing, a good point, because so many times we look up to certain people and we take little bitty things from them, and that's not really us. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I can understand that. I don't have anybody on here. Like, I love Lovely T, and when you want to hear some celebrity gossip, of course, Tasha K, and Lovely T, but I don't really look up to them. But I kind of admire the way that where they came from and to where they are now. So just to see that transition, that's something to admire, but I don't want to be like them. And I try not to be nobody else but Selena at the end of the day. So I understand that. And if you ever came across a young man or a young woman and they wanted to start a YouTube channel, what advice would you give them?
The main thing I would say is get comfortable of having a conversation by yourself, and get comfortable with looking at the screen and only seeing 2 to 5 people there, because nobody owes you nothing, right? So be comfortable with that and be proud that you are just having the conversation and building it. That'd be number 1. Then number 2, once you get the confidence to have a conversation for more than 20 to 30 minutes and have confidence in having it, then start texting all your friends and family. Get them involved. Do not be afraid to reach out to people, say, hey, I'm trying something new. I need your support as I build this thing up. Because the people that's closest to, they're going to be there in the beginning, but they just going to say, hey, how you doing? Then they're going to just leave. But all that interaction is going to get newer people to come around and be involved in it. And that's the people that's going to rock out with you and say, hey, this person's kind of interested. But your family members and all that, they'll do it for a day or two. But you know what I'm saying? So have the confidence to reach out to people that you actually know and make them be involved. Do not be scared to ask them for a favor. That's what they're there for. They're your friends, they're your family, that's your auntie. Auntie, I need you.
So look, how many subscribers do you have now at this point?
I believe I'm at 25, almost 26.
2,600.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just passed 500,000 views.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I know you're proud of yourself, you know, and your family, your wife, and everybody. Like, hey, they're surprised that this, you know, became a success so fast.
Yeah, they're definitely surprised. I wasn't really surprised. I know if I put the hard work into it, that something's going to happen from it. I didn't expect it to be this fast, but I just know that if you put constant hard work and you are able to take people's suggestions and keep building upon it, something's good is going to happen out of it. But you got to be consistent and willing to roll with the bumps, because I had a lot of bumps through this road. A lot of people left. I had fights with people. People want to beat me up in real life. You know what I'm saying? So,
oh my God.
So it just
look. Tell me some more of those bumps. I'm nosy. Tell me some more of those bumps, Sharon. Tell me.
Well, some of the bumps is like getting strikes. Like, so that's going to happen because other content creators feel a certain way. They get into the emotions about your content, or they get into the emotions about you start making money, because they feel like you are taking away from their market share. Right. And so that's when things start to get a little petty. And then so now they start throwing dirt on your name, and you cannot really address those things. You really just got to keep on moving forward, because as long as they talking about you, that's actually a really good thing. So you can't get mad at your haters. The really is that they just don't understand how you able to do something that they've been doing for most likely longer than you.
Right. Yeah, I understand that. I really understand that. A lot. I don't know if you watching the bushes sometimes, Sharon, but you know, I've had some really interesting situations on here. So I can just imagine. So you actually had content creators striking you for your content.
Absolutely.
Were these like big people, big content creators, or they were like kind of like, you know,
so
starting out?
Well, the striking people is more of a little bit higher than me level, but the other content creators that is way bigger than me done said some things about me for sure, and you know, mentioned me, and even though I could have used it to start some beef because they had so much a bigger platform, they have like 1 million subs, but I was like, I'm not going to deal into that, and I'm just going to keep on attempting to just build. Sometimes you got to address it, though. Sometimes you got to cook somebody up. Every once in a while, I do not shy away from the problems. When somebody continuously doing it, I will address it without a doubt.
I'm like that, too. It's like, okay, I'll let some things go, because I'm like, really, I don't know you, and I don't care to know you, so it doesn't, you know. But then you keep on, and you keep on being disrespectful for no reason. Then I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna give you exactly what you're looking for, and more.
All that attention.
And so, but I am learning, because I'm trying to go in another direction, that I can't keep going back and forth with demons. You just can't, because it takes away not only from your energy, your spirit, it takes away from people that don't want to see that. People that are good subscribers, loyal subscribers, that want to see something actually different, right? They don't want to see a whole bunch of back and forth. So you lose people in the process of sometimes, you know, going back and forth with people. But every now and then I understand.
Because some people, you gotta cook them up.
Yeah, some people, like I always used to say, and you know, I'm really tried not to, but some people need either a good ass whooping, or they need a good cussing out.
Yeah,
because it's too many people on, and you know this for sure. It is too many people on this app that act like Billy Badass. But they're not like that in real life. If you was to see them face to face,
it doesn't happen.
It
happened to me before. This dude, somebody wanted to see me. We wanted to be in the same city. I went to go see him. He was really just a fan. He was like, "Hey man, I'm so happy to see you." What? What you mean you happy to see me, boy? I
you ready
for shaking with you? What you mean you happy? You know what I'm saying? So sometimes that hatred, what we don't realize is that sometimes that hate that these people have It's really love. They just don't know how to express it. Because also, what happens is that we come from a place where people don't know how to express love. A lot of times we express love with "shut up, punk ass," and like this kind of push a person down kind of love. So I'm starting to understand that as well.
So yeah, but I feel you. I really feel you on that. I did one time when I was in your chat. I don't want to mispronounce his name. I think his name is Tommy Sotomayor.
Yeah.
I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Now, was that one? Look, I'm being nosy. Was that one of the content creators that you were having issues with?
No, me and him personally never had an issue. I'm glad that he comes. He's one of the people that supposedly started Black YouTube.
Yeah.
So me and him never had a serious issue. He liked to come there because I give him proper pushback, and he likes proper pushback. So, but everybody else definitely have a problem with him. But he never gave me no strikes in that like that.
Yeah, I see some of the women in the chat. They hate. They hate him.
And they let him know too.
Right. And one of my favorite my favorite mods, your mods is Robin. She can't stand Tommy Sotomayor. Yeah, she can't stand him, but it's so hilarious. And some of the things he says, it makes sense. I'm not gonna even lie, but some things I'm kind of like, come on,
a little too far. Yeah, he plays in the
doing too much, But I mean, it's good and bad sometimes in everybody. You know what I'm saying? Some good, Absolutely. Some more good, some more bad. So I think that
mentally his heart is in the right place, but his words are not.
Oh no, he's brutal. Like I'm like, man, like a guillotine. It's just that sharp. A machete. It's just he has a tongue that can crush anybody's dreams. You know what Absolutely. I'm saying? Or anybody's confidence if you let it. But I think he's pretty interesting. I personally like people that I can have some pushback with. But I'm one of those people, those women, I can have a debate with another person without losing my cool. You know what I'm saying? Some people, like I said, some of the women, they hate them so much they can't even have a conversation with them. But I feel like if I was to have a conversation with him, even though some of his theories I don't agree with, but I feel like that I could have a decent conversation with him without losing my cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. But
here's somebody that is definitely capable of having a conversation. It's just that the people in my chat, they know his history, they know all the things that he said before, so they do not let it go. And so they're going to keep on pushing it, even though if he's saying something positive right now, they're like, but what about when you said those nappy
right?
But that was 10 years ago, and
so they ain't trying to hear it. I'm just saying.
Let it go.
So, but I really enjoyed him. But you have a lot of great guests on your live. What is one of your best shows so far that you've done?
The most viewed one was definitely one with when Tommy, when he first popped up on my show. Another big one was when Angry Man was there. He was another.
Oh, Angry Man came. I missed that one.
Yeah, he came up there. He was definitely wilding. He had a good time as well.
Okay. So what do you mean? What happened with that?
I can't even say what he did because I had to delete it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That was that interesting.
Yeah, it was that wild. I can't say because they're not, but we be having some really strong arguments on the show, and sometimes it goes to places where it shouldn't go while we on the goddamn internet. That's
right. Like I said, I've been there, and sometimes like I would be at work on break, and I was just like, "Oh, Sharon's live," and I would see, who you had on there, and you had it's a group. I don't know if it's called Brim. What is that? It's a group.
That's something that my cousin he came up with. They call the Rim Brothers. So that's the Red Pill, Incel, Manosphere. So that's those type of men. So we call them the No Good Suckers. So we call them the Rim Brothers. And so a lot of times I have a big fight with all those type of human beings because I'm the walking, talking opposite of their talking points. Like I met my wife when I was only making $8 an hour. I had 2 kids already. She had no children. She was young, and we've been married for we've been together 16, married for 13.
Wow.
And and she doesn't work. She only works for me. She's a stay-at-home mom. My kids is homeschool. So all those things that they talk about is like, no, you can, if you're willing to put in the work, you can change your circumstance, but you got to put in the fucking work. And we got to start telling our young men that you need a bigger shovel. Like, we cannot keep having this little shovel, work 40 hours, and then go to sleep and drink a beer on Saturday, Sunday, play video games. No.
Mm-hmm.
You need to get outside and fucking work. You got to do 2 or 3 jobs so this way you could work a little less when you get older. That's when you need to do it. You need to do it while you're young and you have all that vigor, you have that energy, and start getting a real plan, because a woman really is going to be submissive to your plans. That's who she's marrying, your plan, not the man. She can get any man. She want to know that you are a suitable leader. Mm-hmm. And that's because you have a track record. So now you say, hey, I'm going to do this. Do you actually do it? Not just give words. Like, your words is beautiful. Like, you say, yes, baby, I want to do these things. But have you been putting the foot forward? And so I want to get young men to understand that they got to take that mask off and be comfortable with who they are. Take that mask off and be who you are and build yourself up. Be that person that you want to be. But you got to kill that person that was yesterday. And every day you got to kill that person so you can keep on striving to be better.
Man, I'm telling you, like, that is so awesome that you even, like, this is not fake. This is really the work that you put in. And to see you have so much determination, so much passion about, moving forward in your life. When you, like you said, you was making $8 an hour.
Yes.
You already had 2 kids.
Yeah.
Wow. And so you met this young lady. Y'all dated for a minute, and then y'all got married.
Yeah.
And now you own your own business. You're on YouTube.
Yeah.
I mean, she's a stay-at-home. I mean, good Lord.
Yeah, and it's a
You
lot.
got a brother. Look, you got a brother.
He in Dallas too.
Oh Lord. Yeah, I'm like, man, that takes a lot of determination. It's awesome. It actually makes you even more attractive, because when men have determination, they have a purpose, that vision. You first have to have a vision, and you had a vision, and you saw yourself not working for $8 an hour, but you saw yourself being a business owner.
Yeah.
You saw yourself excelling. That's awesome.
And then, another thing about it too. So, another reason why I wanted to start the YouTube channel, it's been a lot of conversations about this, this generational wealth situation. A lot of people want to be business owners, right? And I don't think being in the business is for everybody, because it's a very difficult thing. It got a lot of 9-to-5 millionaires. You can absolutely get the skills when you are making $220,000 a year. But you gotta build up those skills. You really gotta build up soft skills. That's the skills that people don't understand. That's what you need to add to the business acumen that you can develop by going to school, by getting something as simple as an MBA. You go get you an MBA, build up with soft skills. You can make an easy 170 just with those 2 things alone. You don't need to be running no company and having the stress of getting sued every month and people taxes, and like you could go home. Especially with this new tech world going on. Just a simple certificate like the PMP can really push your income far. Like the PMP is like the gold standard for project management. If you have one of these certificates, you could automatically put yourself in the $130,000 range.
Wow.
Just for that one certificate.
Project management.
PMP, that's the name of the certificate. Now you don't need no college education for it.
Oh, wow. Now, what does that entail though? Like, can you explain a little bit about that?
So the PMP is it's just it's a certificate to show that you can manage a project with the budget, with people, and you actually have some kind of business acumen when you could talk to the higher ups in whatever business setting you're in. And it goes in from whether you're doing construction, fast food, to technology. So it's a big range. So it's just pretty much any type of management that you willing to get. You want to move up and you don't have formal education, go ahead and track down a PMP. It will help you out tremendously.
Okay, that's something I'm gonna look into. I'm currently going to get another degree now in health management and sociology, but that's pretty interesting. PMP. I've heard of project management, but not in the terms that you're talking about. I have never.
Go get you a PMP. If you're already in management, it's even better for you. You get you a PMP, go stand at $1.30 is your minimum wage.
Wow.
And that's minimum wage.
And then I'm also getting a certification. I can't pronounce it.
That's why
I'm getting a certificate and certification in mediation. So I'm going to do that on the side as well. And I know you can make pretty good with that as well in mediation, because when, it's kind of like if people do not want to go to a law firm, and have their attorneys, they can have me to be a mediator between the two. Absolutely. To work out a plan to resolve the situations and stuff like that. So I'm trying to find ways to make more money. You know what I'm saying?
Get up in there.
Okay. So but I'm just like really happy to hear all of this great information. What do you see in our Black culture, especially on YouTube? What do you see some of the things that's going on with the Black culture on YouTube? Do you see it being, I would say, crazy, or do you feel like it's improving? People are doing great things, big things, or do you see just a whole bunch of drama? Like, how do you see the Black culture on YouTube?
Well, the way how I mainly see it is that it's the Black culture. What we are finding out is that people are just finding their tribes. And people are getting confused that all Black people are all one monolith, and we are not. Right. We are all very different. So that's how you're going to have some of us that's willing to get down and dirty and get into beefing with each other. We got some that want to dox. We got some that's in tech. We got some that's on the Democrat side and also on the Republican side. It's just what it is. And so that we are not this monolith, and we are not just going to be singing Kumbaya.
No,
we've never been that way. We've been very individualistic since the creation of hip hop. Queens got a style of rap. Brooklyn got a style. We even have our different styles of lingo, just probably from Oak Cliff to wherever, to the next county. They got different lingo just there in the same city of Dallas. And so this is how we always been. It's just that I think on the media part, I think it's just exaggerated a little bit more. And so we kind of focusing more on the negative side, but it's a lot of positive human beings out there. And sometimes as positive people, we get caught up in the negative, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I do. Do you believe a content creator can be too positive, like where it becomes disingenuous?
Can you be too positive?
Yeah.
Cool. That's an interesting thought pattern for me. Because you definitely always need a balance. You can't be too much of one thing. I think if the person is actually living that positivity, I don't think so.
Okay.
Because most people, once you start dealing in positive things, you tend to only try to deal with that. You try to fight off the negative things. It's not that negative thoughts don't come to your mind, but you're busy fighting it off by pushing more positivity out. So
right.
I can see how it can look like it's phony and fake, though.
Right. I think, like I said, I think you should have a balance, because not everything is going to be positive. Like there's going to be some days where I'm not feeling like turning the other cheek. Right. So it is what it is. And I like to be genuine about, this is the way I feel, good, bad, or indifferent. You know what I'm saying? I do think that however you start, make sure you finish. And what I mean by that, if you come on here super positive and it's all good over here, it's and then you start cussing people out, going in on people. I mean, it's kind of like how you start, I feel like you should end. You know what I'm saying? And when I started on here, I started because of drama, but I still kept my my outlook in a spiritual way.
Mm,
So the things that I was going through, I didn't let it just take over me. What the darkness took over me, if that makes sense.
that makes
But I
perfect.
still remain real. Like some days I feel like F you. You know what I'm saying? And
Hell yeah.
some days I feel like turning the other cheek. So it's just like but I try to be real with myself and real with my audience so that they'll know, look, this is not a good day. And sometimes if I already know, you know, that it's not good, I don't come on.
Mm,
I can't I can't do it. You know
mm.
what I'm saying? So I said all that to say, kind of just explain how I felt about, the question that I asked you. But I really am excited that you're here. It's so many questions that's just I want to ask you, but one thing I will say is I see great things for you.
Thank you.
I see even more subs. Like you're gonna be way up there. And to the point I'm like, dang, can he see people in the chat? Because you got so many people.
Sometimes it do be going crazy.
Yeah, so I really see great things for you. So, what do you see yourself in the next, I would say, 1 to 2 years? YouTube
So,
and
so the
life.
plan is as I keep consistent is just to keep it constantly growing. I want to get to 100,000 subs. That's the real goal I want. I don't know if a whole year is suitable for that, but that's going to be. I'm gonna push myself to a goal that is not actually reachable because I want to think big. Because the bigger
Right.
you think, the more ideas you have. If you think small, you're going to get small. So you guys. So even if I
Mm,
don't make it to 100, say if I just make it to 10. But if I was looking to say, hey, I'm going to get to 5, then I'd probably be at 3. But if I look
mm,
for 100, maybe I'll land in somewhere in between, hopefully. So I'm going to put it as high as I could possibly think what is suitable for a year and just keep grinding towards that. Stay consistent. Pay attention to what the market is doing, how it's shifting, and see what people want to talk about. And not be too self-centered where I'm like, I'm more high-minded than the damn people in the
mm.
comments.
Right. And even with that, that's kind of what I was going to ask you for me. Um, with me being a content creator and I have less subs than you, like what advice, besides being consistent, and kind of knowing about different the market and what people are talking about, what are some of the other things that I can do to help improve my channel?
I think one of the things is become an expert at something and speak towards your expertise because people really want to know what you are and who you are to the core. So whatever you are an expert in, you should speak more about those things because even if you think it's boring as hell, you'd be surprised. People are thoroughly entertained by somebody that's an expert at something. So find what you're really great at and passionate and what you have a lot of normal knowledge about and
Mhm.
speak about that and speak about it passionately and get people involved in your passion as well because people want to keep moving forward.
Okay. So find basically what I'm good at talking about, what
Know what you're
makes
an expert at.
an expert at. So, okay. And okay, I can see that. I don't know if I'm an expert at anything, to be
What you
honest with you.
mean?
I really don't. I gotta do some thinking. I gotta do some now. I do like conspiracy theories. I enjoy that. I really enjoy a lot of spiritual things, biblical history, things like that. Now, I enjoy things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes on my channel, I kind of get into it. But, I guess I'm in the wrong algorithm because not too many people want to hear that.
That's
You know
not
what I'm
true. You
saying?
gotta put your spin on it. You cannot the only way you can really find out if you do it. That's
Mhm.
number one. So you got to do it and push it out there and have people to have the conversation with you. And so this way they could get more involved in it. Believe it or
Mhm.
not, it is millions of people that feel exactly like how you feel. And
Mhm.
they want to hear your perspective. We are not just deep diving into just the negativity, even though they want us to think that way.
Mhm.
That's how they want to say, oh, we only look at love and hip hop type of
Mhm.
garbage hip hop and this. No, we are so diverse. You be an expert about it. keep on building up your thought patterns on your expertise. So this way you could draw people into you. You already got a beautiful smile. You got a great accent, and people are going to be drawn to you anyway.
Yes, I really hate it. So thank you. I hate my accent, like really I do, but it is what it is. But yeah, I'm gonna really focus in on that, you know, because like I said, I'm really trying to grow as a content creator, as a person, and I definitely want to steer far away from the going back and forth with people, because I had people that tried to drag me in, and I almost sometimes I get a little, I have to pull it back, yeah, I really definitely will focus on that and see kind of where my expertise is. So that's really good advice. So I don't want to take any more of your time because we started a little late. And I thank you for being patient with me. I know I was on CP time, but I did let you know. So, but I appreciate your time. And I would love, and I'm going to reach out to you. I'm going to do a men's panel in the I would say next week. I want to do it on a Friday. And I would love for you and a few other men from your channel that would be interested to come and join my panel, because some people and the people that I know, they're kind of scared to come on my panel. I don't know what that's all about, but I would like to. I've asked some men from different sectors to come up, and I would love to see if you could come up, and a few men that because I want to get into the mind of how you men think. And so I would love to do a men's panel if that's cool with you. I don't know if you
absolutely hit me up, email me with the time and the date, and I will set some time apart for sure, because I do everything on the schedule. So yes, absolutely.
Yes, I will definitely reach out to you, Sharon. And guys, thank you so much for being a part of this live with us. Guys, please sub up to him. Like I said, he's always talking about something exciting. Now I got one little gripe with you when you talked about the women with the nails. They're so unsanitary. I was like, whatever.
I just don't understand. Like I can't fathom it. Like how you
look. I'm real clean. Hey, I ain't gonna tell you how, but I'm good. So you can't judge people for.
You must have a bidet. Maybe you got a bidet.
Oh my God. I started to get up on that panel and say, what are you talking about, Sharon? But yeah, you are such a sweet person. I really enjoy your spirit. And I really have a good time coming to your chat. Your people are very very welcoming. So thank you for that, because the content creator sets up the atmosphere for their channel. So thank you for that. Guys, check him out. Okay, they put the Boogie put the link in the chat. So guys, sub up to Sharon Bracey. You will not be disappointed. He has a lot of different topics, and he is very quite interesting, and he's not bad on the eyes. So that's even better. I ain't gonna play with you too much. I know you married, but anyway, I love your
application. Don't worry about it.
Okay, I love you to Reese's Pieces. Thank you, Sharon. Now, before you leave, did you have fun?
Absolutely.
That's all I want to know.
Absolutely enjoyed myself. Thank you.
Okay, and I will be reaching out to you within the week.
All right.
All right. Good to see you. Thank you so much.
No doubt.
All right. Bye-bye. Guys, thank you for joining us today. I really appreciate Sharon Bracey coming up. He's such a gentleman. I appreciate you guys for joining me and pressing the like button, even if you didn't stay but 5 or 10 minutes. I appreciate you just for giving me that view. So guys, sub up to him. And if you haven't sub up to me, sub up to me, like, share, and subscribe. And always press the notification button. So when I go live, you will know. So thank you so much for being a part of my live. And let me go up and say hello to everybody. Because, when I'm talking, let's see, we had Emmanuel, Randy C, Renee, Deborah. We had 305, CX. we had Bolo, we had WTAC, we had who else? Riders, we had let's B Mac. Thank you for coming through. I think I said Randy Johnson, and T1000. Thank you, sweetie, for coming through. Let's see who else. We got 41 in the chat. Thank you for coming through. We got Miss Beautiful Akimi. Thank you so much, Dawn, for coming up. I really appreciate you guys for showing support. And like I said, please sub up to this channel. It is something you will not regret. Guys, you have a wonderful night. And remember, if nobody else, Selena love you to Reese's Pieces. I will talk to you guys later, okay? Thank you, Sharon. I appreciate you. And I will be connecting with you again so we can get you on back up here and give us some great conversation, okay? So thank you, guys. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.
Selena.
It's about baby. Oak Cliff girl. Can't make you change my world. Damn, you're so fine, girl. Oak Cliff girl. Put them heels on and roll.
Welcome to Selena's Couch, where you are welcome to be free to be yourself. So you can lay your head on my couch, on my pillows.
It's all good, we can do whatever we wanna do now. I'm in my bag right now, and I got a feeling, babe, yeah. You're gonna be my number one lover. Spend the night making love to each other. With the lights on top of the covers. Just me and you, babe. And I feel like you're my
Love you to Reese's Pieces.
Get you a word. Nana boo boo.